G'day. This has been a month and a half now since I've finished my trip up and down the Trent Severn Waterway on 100% solar power. And I just want to add a few little things that I didn't include in some of the original videos. So I have a little clip that I did on Lake Couchiching talking about the philosophy of why I'm doing this. So enjoy. So I'm making good headway across Lake Couchiching and favorable conditions today. Plenty of time to think. You know, some people are wondering, well, why would I be attempting this whole journey in that? And my philosophy is, yeah, I'm a bit of an environmentalist. I'm not, crazy environmentalist or anything like that. I do believe that we have to gradually move away from fossil fuels. It's going to take time, and in the marine world, even more time than in the automotive world. But the technology is changing, and it's changing rapidly in the automotive industry, and that's going to drive changes in the marine industry, and it'll be delayed a bit. But certainly noticed on my journey, anytime a gas-powered vehicle went by me, I would really notice the gas fumes. And I would compare it to a non-smoker around a smoker. You really notice it. You notice the smell of the smoke. It's the same way you're traveling with no discharge of any sort, and then you get a whiff of gas or diesel. Diesel's worse. Things are changing. The other thing is this is a personal challenge for me. I believe that you need to challenge yourself in life, whether it's something like this, climbing a mountain, achieving a degree in university. Don't be complacent with just sitting around doing nothing, taking it easy. Challenge yourself. And it could be through many avenues, in that writing something, getting it published, great challenges, in that achieving something in the martial arts, achieving your black belt, again, great challenges in life. And so this is, to me, is a challenge, and yeah, if I achieve this all the way down to Napanee, I will be the first person in a solar-powered electric boat to go all the way up the Trent Severn and then all the way back down. And whether anybody cares or not, for me, that's a personal goal, and that is a major achievement. So those are just some of my thoughts on doing this. I've had great support from people all along the way. They can't imagine, that I'm doing this. But I just hope it inspires other people to not only try electric. You don't have to go crazy and build a big solar electric catamaran, but start looking in that direction and keeping an eye on developments. In 5 or 10 years, this is what you're going to see as the normal. Anyways, that's that's a penny for my thoughts. Anyways. Also, some of the testing I did last summer, I went up and down the river in the same location multiple times, with the current, against the current, with the wind, against the wind, and I plotted all the power versus speed measurements. And from that I've come up with a graph, and this is the average of all those conditions together, and I'll use this for calculating my future trips. One of the modifications I'm planning to do is extend the hulls back to about here. That should decrease some of the turbulence. It'll probably make a marginal difference in performance and that, but mostly I would like to see it reduce some of the turbulence, which is a little bit noisy. When you hear all the water noise on the videos, that's where it's coming from. So it would be nice to get that down a little bit more. Boat's all covered for the winter. Another modification I plan is to have a new enclosure made. I'm just waiting for a scheduled date of taking the boat into All Canadian Canvas in Belleville. They're going to do a custom enclosure. So I'll get rid of that old roll down tarp that I use for sleeping in. I'm going to put some modifications on the front and the back. You can see where I've scuffed up the boat somewhat by when I went into the cement walls of the canals when the wind has caught me. So I'll put a couple of fasteners here and have a little buoy hanging on that. That'll prevent the bow from going into the cement, and I'll do the same at the back. Of course, I now have a new logo. My granddaughter made that for me, and I put that on a hat, and I'll be putting that on a shirt a little bit later, as well as putting that Soulcat logo on the bow at the front as well. So those are some of the modifications I'm doing, and for motor wise, I'd like to go to a 10 horsepower, possibly Torqeedo. I need to research it a little bit more. The efficiency is the big thing. The other issue I'll be working on is the solar panels themselves. I need to be able to tilt the canopy a little bit easier, and not only in the port and starboard side, but also towards a little bit towards the bow, towards the stern. And so no matter what direction I'm going in, I will be able to improve the solar performance, because we did see on the trip when I did do that, it made quite a difference, especially in the mornings. I could double the power first thing in the morning by doing that. For next summer, future trips, minimum we'll be doing the Rideau Canal system from Napanee to Kingston to Ottawa and back. That would be at least probably about a 12-day trip, I'm guessing, maybe 14 days at the most. I would really like to do at some time in the future the Triangle Loop, which would be about 1,600 kilometers in length, and that would go from Napanee to Kingston to Ottawa to Montreal, down the St. Lawrence River to the Richelieu River, down to Lake Champlain, down to the Erie Canal system, west on the Erie Canal to the Oswego River, up the Oswego River to Oswego, New York, and then loop around the eastern end of Lake Ontario and back home. I figure about a month and a quarter to do that. I'd like to do that, but we'll see.